Hey friends, I'm here to share some cosmic wisdom with you for April and the beginning of May. So you may have heard that the big astrological news right now is that Uranus and Jupiter are conjunct with each other in the universe. They're hanging out together. This started on April 2nd in about 18 degrees of Taurus. They're going to be traveling side by side with each other through May 8th, and they're exactly conjunct in 21 degrees of Taurus on April 17th to the 21st, and then in 22 degrees of Taurus from April 24th and 25th. So you might want to look at what you have in your chart at around those degrees of 21, 22 degrees of Taurus. What does this mean potentially for you? So Uranus is the planet that is associated with change, sudden, unexpected flashes of change, new awareness, new insight that you couldn't have really planned for, right? It's not the slow and steady, I'm working towards transforming or shifting career, or, this is like out of nowhere, some new revelation strikes. So again, this question, how comfortable are you with change? How comfortable are you with uncertainty when you expect things to go a certain way and you have a plan, and then all of a sudden out of nowhere, there's some new information or a new opportunity that presents or a new awareness that you didn't have before. So the intention of Uranian change is to help us move forward towards more freedom. So change is not always a bad thing, right? Sometimes change really wants to help us to move us forward so that we could be more aligned, more free, more authentic, really break the chains of where we feel stuck in our lives. So Uranus helps us do that, especially if we are really risk and change averse. If you're someone who has to be dragged, kicking and screaming to make a decision that would change your life, even when you know that might be in your best interest, but it's very hard to take those steps, Uranus comes along and is like, well, we're just going to give you that little extra shove and help you make the change that maybe you wouldn't be willing to make on your own. In the tarot, the card of Uranus is actually the Fool. So the Fool, I'll show you two different versions. This is from the traditional Rider-Waite deck. The Fool is this kind of like, almost more of an innocent, happy-go-lucky sort of like airy-fairy, like I'm about to step off a cliff and I haven't realized what's about to happen, and whoa, but it's the energy of like also faithfulness, like, okay, so I don't need to have all the answers. I don't need to have a lot of stuff. I just need to take the next step. Okay, this is another version of the Fool from the Light Seers Tarot. And it's this feeling of leaning forward into the unknown, but also knowing that I have something tethering me. I have something like everything from the past is still informing who I am in the present as I lean into the future. And there is this sense of like, I may not know exactly what lay there, but there's something bright and light, and there's something faithful that I'm connecting to a higher sense. So you might ask yourself, with this Uranian energy, what am I being called to change around? And how comfortable might I be with allowing myself to lean into that? Now, Jupiter is the energy of expansion, growth, abundance, and also of aligning with our higher ideals, our spiritual sense of meaning and purpose, and our values. So the changes that are coming in the universe, and everybody's being affected by this Uranus Jupiter, the change that may show up for us feels big. It feels expansive. It feels like hopefully very positive, optimistic, like good things are coming. And sometimes we need a big shove and push to move in the direction of what's going to expand us towards higher values, higher ideals, and purpose. Taurus is about security and stability. What makes me feel safe? How much money do I have in the bank? What are my talents and skills that I can use to earn money? What is my self-worth? What do I value in others? What do I value in myself? How do others value me? So it's interesting that this planetary energy of big sweeping change, which could bring insecurity, a sense of instability of like I'm being pushed out of my comfort zone, is actually happening around in this planetary constellation of Taurus, which is about how do I create more of a sense of self-worth and stability and security. So there may be some changes to your job, to your finances, to your sense of how you value yourself, your own relationship to your body, to the earth, to your possessions. You can look in your chart, what house is Taurus taking place in? What other planets do you have there? By trine, which is a beautiful harmonious connection, you can look at what you have in those 21, 22 degrees of Capricorn and Virgo. What's it hitting there? And more challenging aspect is the square. So what do you have in those degrees of Aquarius or Leo? And the opposition, what do you have hanging out in 21, 22 degrees of Scorpio? Because any of those other things, areas of your chart are getting kind of highlighted by this energy this month. I also want to show you the tarot card of the Wheel of Fortune. This is the card of Jupiter. So the Wheel of Fortune is kind of like spin the wheel, and I'm not sure where it's going to land. Right? Is it good luck? Is it bad luck? Do I win the lottery? Do I not win the lottery? When we take a risk and we put ourselves out there, sometimes it works out for us and maybe sometimes it doesn't. But with Jupiter, there's always growth involved in that, right? This is a very biblical card of Ezekiel's vision with the different kind of animals and creatures, but it all relates back to a sense of faith in your own soul, in God, the universe, whatever you understand to be a higher source. This is a different version of the Wheel of Fortune. And you could see that it's very much about balance. Again, the dice, throw the dice, cast the chips, but this sense of like, whatever happens, and I'm not sure, it could go this way, it could go that way, but I'm somehow centered and finding my balance with whatever comes. So my last question for you is, what do you have in your own toolbox, right? What are your skills to allow yourself to navigate uncertainty, to navigate change in a way that you still feel centered, right? And that might be a meditation practice, coming back to your true home, right? This inhale, I am here present in my body in this moment, and I can drop in, right? That might be a practice to help bring yourself back down from this anxious kind of like, oh my gosh, everything feels like it's unknown, coming back to something that's very felt in your body that you can experience right here, right now. Another one, name 5 things I can see, 4 things I can hear, 3 things I can touch, taste, right? Like coming into your physical senses, coming into what is present in your experience right here can help you get out of any fear or anxiety that you have over how the future will play out. If you have a prayer practice, right, which helps you come back to a place of faith, of I trust the future to unfold as it needs to unfold, and I trust in myself and my higher guardians, angels, higher power to protect me as I move forward, and that I have a sense of like, I know that I'm capable and resourceful to meet whatever future arises. Um, I would also say tap into a little enthusiasm, like this could be a really, really good luck transit wherever this is happening in your life. Like, wow, I wasn't counting on this, but all of a sudden, I have all of this abundance in this area of my life. So, depending where that is for you, you might really lean into that and actually proactively invite in abundance, growth, new awareness, new freedom in some area of your life. This could be really helping you, this transit helping you towards change. All right, that's what I have for you today. I will be back again in May with some more, Taurus energy. Happy Earth Day coming up April 27th, 22nd. And to all my Taurus friends, happy birthday this month. Reach out anytime. Thanks.